problem I found with any discard recipe is that you need yeast. Like the discard's not gonna do its thing on its own. I don't have yeast. I could easily go buy some, but then I feel like it's not sourdough. I mean, it is sourdough still because you have starter, but I feel like I'm cheating. I didn't get it to rise by myself. My yeast made it rise. Anybody can make a dough rise with yeast. There's a good chance I'm being a little dramatic, but I don't want to go buy yeast. I want to do it myself, you know what I mean? That being said, welcome back to my series where I make hard bakes until I get it right. Today we're making sourdough bagels. I picked bagels because I thought I would be able to use discard. Oh no, sirree. You need an active and fed sourdough. And if you don't have an active and fed starter, no fears, don't fret, because you can use yeast. But I don't have any. So I'll feed my starter with my handy dandy spatula. So when I feed my starter, I always do half whole wheat, half white. I also found out that a lot of the people who sell sourdough and make like the perfect loaves actually use some yeast. But people at our farmer's market, yeast is an ingredient. So they're not cheating, it's fine. But I feel a little bit like it's cheating, like they didn't get that perfect rise all by themselves. Like they use yeast, you know what I mean? Like you didn't cheat, but you didn't get an A+ either. All right, it is a really warm day and it's warm in my house. It's like 77 degrees in my house. So this shouldn't take long to reach its peak, but I might put it in the proofing oven anyways because the sun's now not out. It's been about 4 hours, which is typically how long it'll take my starter to kind of reach peak when it's in the proofing drawer. So I think that looks pretty good. I am going to double this recipe, which I'm a little worried that that'll be a lot, but I don't even know if I'll have enough starter for that, but let's see if I do. That'll be 300 grams of starter because it calls for 150 each. I don't think I'm gonna have enough for that. And I am going to use white flour for this one because bagels are better with white. For my loaves of sourdough, I normally do white with a little bit of whole wheat, but so we're just gonna mix all the dough ingredients. Starter, water, sugar together with a fork. 250 grams of water, 24 grams of sugar. Now we mix. After reading several different recipes from several different blogs and seeing that several of them use the same amount of flour to different ratios of water and starter, I'm starting to think people can just do whatever they want. 500 grams of flour. Like, how do these people even come up with these recipes? Are they really testing their ratios that many times? Mix my dough. I don't have a stand mixer and I don't particularly want one, so this is how I knead without one. I just push it into a unfloured surface, push the dough until I get a nice smooth ball. It doesn't take very long. It's been about 5 minutes now and it already looks really, really good. So I'm just gonna give it 3 more minutes and it'll be done. So now we're just gonna let it rest for about 45 minutes. Cover with a damp towel or paper towel and we'll see it back in 45 minutes. It's rested and it forms a perfect ball. One of the recipes says just a dash of olive oil so that nothing sticks. My bowl is dirty, so I'm sure things will stick. Cover, and now this is the bulk rise. So it'll rise at room temperature for about 8 hours and I want to see it double in size. It's like 9 o'clock now, right? Yeah. And my dough has finally doubled in size. I feel like my dough always takes a little bit longer to double in size. Like I need to literally move it to the proofing drawer to make sure it doubles. But there's something I love about bagel dough. I feel like it's so smooth. It's probably the kneading process. Let me show you. Jiggly and cute. We got a bubble. I love it so much. So now it goes straight into the fridge. I don't need to be touching it at all. I just boil and bake tomorrow and I'll be able to share them fresh with my family. Maybe they'll even be done before breakfast. That would be insane if I literally ate a fresh bagel. I never eat fresh sourdough because I feel like I always bake it at night and then I eat it in the morning. But if I can have these done before breakfast time tomorrow, especially because bagels only bake for 20 minutes, not a full loaf of bread that bakes for 40 minutes, that would be insane. Can I do it? Good morning. This is such squishy dough. I'm obsessed. Oh my God. Sorry, I look a little bit crazy. Excuse my hair and my outfit. I slept in this last night. One of the recipes said just like roll out your dough, which I don't have a roller. Roll it out and then just cut it into like 8 equal sized pieces or however many bagels you're making. and then roll each piece into a circle, and then roll each of those, and then make them shaped into a bagel. I love when dough comes out of the fridge, how it's so easy to work with because it's firm. I don't know, guys. I might become like really good at dough-based stuff, which is something I have never done pre-sourdough. Besides like the 2-ingredient Greek yogurt, self-rising flour dough. And 8 equal-sized pieces. I feel like I want to make more than 8 though. Maybe I'll make them a little bit smaller. I like mini bagels. The big ones are like really satisfying to make, but the little ones, well, I don't know because I've never made big ones. But the little ones are cute. Okay, those are my poorly shaped balls. Now we form into bagels. So I'm gonna create a circle in the middle and do whatever I need to do to shape that, right? Look good enough to me. They look homemade, but that's okay. They're not all perfect. They're definitely a lot easier to roll when they're fresh out of the fridge and cold, a lot easier to shape. While those are going, I'm gonna boil some water in a pot so that we can do a flash boil of our bagels. And then you put about 40 grams of honey in the water. While that's boiling, I'm just gonna line 2 baking sheets. This is my slotted spoon. Okay. Oops, that one sunk right away. So maybe my water is not hot enough. Oh no. Oh no, let me show you. It sunk. It'll float though, and they said you can like kind of help it along, I think. So I'll help it along. This recipe says boil for 2 to 3 minutes. I think the longer you boil, the chewier they are. Oh, I was thinking, so that I don't have to go, like just do that. All boiled and done, no toppings today. I actually prefer my bagels plain, so we're just gonna put them straight into the oven like this. 425 for 20 to 25 minutes. Exactly 20 minutes later, out of the oven, these ones, I'm a little bit confused. I did make them once before and they weren't like brown anywhere. They were just a really even, like normal bagel color. Browned more than they did the first time. So don't know why that happened. Maybe they were too wet, I don't know. I don't think the heat was too high because the heat would be the same as they were last time. A lot more uneven today too, and I think that just has to do with my shaping. It was just really bad. On some of them, like this one I think actually looks okay. Oops, they're kind of hot. And this one does not. I mean, look-wise, they get a 5 out of 10. That's the inside, which I think is very bagel-ish. Flavor is really good, but they're a little bit doughy. I think they could probably use either another couple of minutes in the oven or allow them to cool completely so they continue to cook internally. These ones are still warm. Taste 10 out of 10. Texture 6 out of 10. Shape, overall look, maybe a 4 out of 10. I would say overall not mastered. But can you see that? Like that's kind of nice. Even though they're not perfect, I think making bread from home of any type will always be so satisfying and so rewarding. The pride that I feel is just unmatched. Believe it or not, pre-sourdough, I was not a bread person at all. I didn't really think about bread, didn't really like love bread, wasn't one of those people that was just like, I love bread. Definitely not bagels. Like once a year I would really crave a bagel, but it wasn't something I got super excited about until now. Now I love, like I literally love it. I look forward to eating it every day. It's not even like I want it from anywhere else. Like I don't, I just want to make it. Even though it's not perfect, it's still perfect to me. Okay, thanks for watching guys. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any tips, please let me know in the comments below because I will have to be trying the bagels again soon because we didn't perfect them. This series is all about getting it right. Thanks so much for watching guys. I'll see you in the next one.